Hey guys, I just finished up the two P38 videos, and it's not time for a video yet, but I have some odds and ends I just have to show you. They're very unusual. I'm thinking these are going to disappear right away, so let's dive right in. The first is a Polish Radom holster. Come take a look. Okay, these are the highly desirable, unusual odds and ends that just came in. I just want to show them to you very quickly. This is the Radom holster from the pre-war era. I want to talk a little bit about that. And then each one of these is an SS gun, highly collectible, very, very rare, but they have one or two issues which need to be explained. Let's start with this. These holsters actually go with the Polish Radom Eagle. Here's one right here. Very distinct in that it doesn't have the Waffen-proofs, but it will have the Polish Radom Eagle, thus the name Polish Radom Eagle. This one is from 1938, and we're not here to talk about that, although beautiful weapon, very, very collectible. And again, in Poland, they call it the Viz. In the United States and elsewhere, they call it the Polish Radom. But it comes with this very distinct holster. Now, these holsters are very hard to find. Most of them didn't make it through the war. And these sell for about $3,500. You can see they usually have a maker mark. There's room for 2 magazines. And this is not for sale. None of this is for sale. I brought this out just to show you for your educational use. But we did get this. Now, here's the story that goes with it. This sells, I mentioned, for about $35. We're selling this for $25. The reason being, you know how when your large Uncle Harry comes to Thanksgiving dinner, he eats way too much, and then he puts an extra hole on his belt just so he can open it up a little wider. Sure enough, for unknown reason, again, beautiful holster. This strap is superfluous. I don't think it came with the gun, but somebody put it on there to put it over your neck or over your shoulder. I left it together, but here's what I wanted to get to. They added a hole to make it tighter or looser. And so therefore, they did a pretty nice job at it. It's not a completely original configuration, but actually this is in better condition than this. And then also, just because they were on a roll, they did a hole here and a hole here for the 2 magazines that go here. I failed to mention, the reason I wanted to show that to you is because these almost never become available. Very, very unusual to get one in, so I'm happy to show that to you. And that's true for each one of these because they're all SS contract guns. Now, here we have 2 first contract and 1 last contract. If we go to the book on SS contract guns, which I wrote, we can see the first contract, 1935. It's distinct in that it has an RZM marking, and it's also numbered under the muzzle. Here's a list of the known guns. If you look at the serial numbers, you can see they're in the 840,000 range all the way over to 841. And both of these guns, again, they may only come up available once or twice a year. But in this case, I got 2 first variation PPKs, almost never available, during the time of the Tulsa show. I actually picked up one in Tulsa and one elsewhere, and we'll take a quick look. Now, the downside on this is they are both refinished, not in great condition. You see a few things wrong with each one of them. Both of them have the RZM markings. You can see that on the slide. And then if we turn it over, we can see the other side. This one has more freckling or pin pricking. This one is actually in a little bit better shape. There are the serial numbers. You can see them in the 840 range. So these are correct, and I'll add them to my database. These are correct. These are first variation. These are refinished, and they are both muzzle numbered. So to have 2 variation ones together at one time is extremely rare. Just had to show them to you. Now, a good condition one of these variations I've seen sell for $10,000 these days because they're highly desirable. Somebody who wants one of every variation, this might be a placeholder for you, meaning you get this, and if you get a better one, they would be easy to sell. I'm selling these at $3,800 each, which is a huge discount below what they'd get in all original condition. So that might be a good buy for somebody who just wants a placeholder. So first variation. From there, we go go to last variation. This is also refinished, hard to find. The logo is gone. There's a little bit of logo because it was polished down and then refinished. This has a crack in it. And here you see the serial number. It's 424,000 serial range, and it has a matching magazine. So it is a last variation PPK. So we had first variation, last variation. Let's take a look in the book. So from the book, I said last variation, but it actually is variation 5. They are distinct in that they are numbered on the bottom of the magazine. I can see here that this variation 424,940, and the one on the magazine is 424,801. And then it has a 1 underneath. This one has a 2 underneath. So we see it's in the correct range. And here's a list of guns that we found that are SS contract, and these are all 424. This one is not in the book, but it would fall right in here, and I would add it to my list. So again, another SS contract, this time a 5th variation, and all matching, but it has been refinished, and I'm going to sell this for $2,500. In original condition, what would it go for? Good question. Easily $4,500, maybe a bit more. Now, these last two are not refinished. These are original finish, and I did a video a while ago that had some SS guns. These all came from the same person, by the way, and they were all in the 330 range, 330 range, and I showed you several that were 330, 331. They all had red grips. They all have this duller finish, meaning a military finish. These were all made in about 1943. By the way, this one was made in 1944. These were made in 1934, so 10 years apart. These two SS contract guns are in original condition, as I mentioned. You see the condition on the front strap, the left side, the right side. You can see it's serial numbered on the slide and the frame. And then finally, you can see that they both have magazines that are close but not matching, because this is 332, 332. So it is not a matching serial number, but these are SS contract guns. Let's take a look in the book so we see what variation they are. PP in the 330,000 range. Here we are. 4th variation is a very small contract from 1944. So I was wrong. I said 43. According to my book, it was 44. Starts in 330, goes to 332. Very small contract. Here's a picture of the magazine, just like the one we have here. And here's the complete list of known guns. And there's 330, and you see there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 known. Here's 2 more, and it mentions the red grip. Actually, this is not SS, this is police, so there's only, this is mag only. So there's only 2 guns known. We just doubled that number in the 330 range. So these are pretty rare guns. I will be offering at $3,000 a piece. So there you have it, a few fairly rare guns and a holster that I'm just offering real quick and get them out the door. If you're interested, get in touch right away. They won't last long.